All right, you are live, champ.
Everybody, this is Terrible Tim Witherspoon, former two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Uh, we're going to take a look. Excuse me. We're going to take a look at the fight. Joe, that smoothie.
Yeah, man, you put all the onions in there. We don't have a video yet because they won't let us put it up. They'll block the feed if I put the fight up, so we won't be able to look at it.
We're going to watch a video. What? Oh, I thought we was.
Yeah, no, I can't put it up. They would block the remember what they did with Cunningham when I tried to put his
Yeah, but
fights
there's
up.
other videos. There's other videos, footage of him.
Yeah, but if I put them up on here, I can try, but it might block the feed.
Well, that coconut. I put coconuts, everything in it. The coconut stuck in here.
Paul Driscoll says, "Hello, Tim."
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Well, before we get, what do you think the big problem was, champ? With what was he doing wrong?
Okay. Hold on. Oh, here we go. There we go. Ooh, that's that coconut.
It's them
It's
onions. Just so you know, there's a whole onion in that, everybody.
Super smoothie.
Onion, garlic.
Okay. Our channel is not into bad mouthing anybody or making them look bad or anything like that. We just analyze and just tell the people we think is close to the truth. And we care about both of those boxers. We just want you to get a good analyzation of the fight.
Jim Kelly from the UK says,
Hey.
"Hi, Tim.
Yeah,
Bruce Cass is here. What's good, everybody? That one guy, Bones."
Oh yeah, Bruce. Jim Kelly, I know him. Jim is really good. We know Bruce Gas.
Tomahawk said Joe got tired on the defense on the ropes and got hit with the southpaw left cross, right hook. Zhang, I think that's how you say it, left cross to the body. Joe,
he didn't get tired on the defense because he didn't have none from the beginning. So yeah, he didn't really have a defense in the beginning. You know, his arms should have been tight against his body. He should have had his knees bent. And had a good jab. He kept his right hand over here so he could block jabs and block hooks. So he had really no defensive.
He did a lot of pouring too. Did you notice all the pouring? Like you talk, reaching out to
reaching out. Yeah, reaching out. I'm thinking that really he was pouring because he has nothing else to offer. And he see other people doing it, or maybe his trainer told him to do that. But you know, when you do this or hold it out there, I be telling everybody that I'll tell my boxer, if you leave this out there, hit him here so he can break his elbow or hurt his elbow so he can't use that lead hand. So a lot of boxers now in this era are using that this here because they lack defense. They stay in there, relax. You can put the video of me and Justin. This guy looked just like, I'm sorry. That's that smoothie. You know, Joyce had his defense tight, come up close. He doesn't even move his shoulders. He doesn't slip. He doesn't do that. They had nobody to teach him. They had nobody to show him. The same thing in the previous fights that he had. He looked the same. He won a lot of fights. But I seen disaster coming. I just was waiting for it to come. I tried to reach out to Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Dylan White, several heavyweights. I don't know what the problem is, but we really can help them. I really can help them guys. So Joyce, really not supposed to be doing a lot of fancy stuff because he's big and tall, but he definitely can keep his defense tight. Good jab, a right hand behind the jab, right into the same hole, right back to defense. He can learn how to slip, keep his hands up, and he was fighting a southpaw, and he needed his defense. he needed his defense, especially when you're fighting Zane or Southpaw. You got to keep that defense tight. We call it the Philly shell, and there's all different types of way you could shell up. Just tighten your defense up. So he had long arms. He was basic and amateurish. So I would I would have loved to work with him. Easy stuff. I would have loved. I taught this little kid. It only took like 5 minutes. He came to an autograph signing, and he said that this kid was bullying him. And he said this one kid, he was shorter than him, but he was really muscular. He said he kept bugging me, hit him on his face. So I had this kid ready. His dad was happy. I had this kid ready in 10 minutes. He was like this, and I told him to jab. I said, you know what? You shouldn't be fighting when you kids going to school. Try to avoid fighting. But I said, if he keep pushing you, talk to a teacher or something, but this is what you do. So for 10 minutes, I had him, 5 to 10 minutes, I had him like this, hitting punches. So he, counter off. And his dad had a big smile on his face when it was over. His dad was like, then I told him, get in your stance. He said, and his father was like, they brought autograph pictures and everything. His dad was really happy. And then I did it to another kid. He was skinny. I showed him real quick. So I could easily show Joyce. Easy. And he would have confidence because he knows I'm the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. And everybody know me for my defense and my overhand right. Everybody know me for not getting hit as much as the average boxer. So all they have to do is get in contact with me. I don't want to be in your corner. I don't want to get all the glory. Okay? A lot of people know me, and I'm just a regular guy. And these things are so easy. The Spence and Crawford fight. I wish I would have seen just a little bit more defense on both of them. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of defense. People will see that they know how to move. They know how to just block instead of just moving out the way like this, But the average fan want to see their guy win, and that's cool. But a guy like me that used to seeing slipping, blocking, is really going away. You don't see that many boxers doing it. So Brian is trying to get a videotape so we can let me read some of these messages. It takes time to learn people, or it could be fast. It's easy. It's fast. I could get you. I had that little kid ready in 5 to 10 minutes. Hey Tim, great discussion. Lots of great advice. Hey, is that my guy Brian? Yes, it is with you, Brian. Thanks again for support for my upcoming event. Okay, that's Thomas Austin.
Yeah, Tim, can you put it on your Facebook? He talked about the bare knuckle match, and then we're gonna do a breakdown of his fight, the bare knuckle guy's fights. I got him on the phone. If I get my phone to work, the SIM card died.
Okay, we definitely going to do that. We would definitely help you guys because we want boxing. We want all the boxing fans to know where all the fights at, know where all the boxers at, know about them, the past, the future, and now. Okay, Tim, you are that guy for sure. I'm 58, and I keep trying to use your advice. Okay, whatever you're trying to do, all you got to do is give us a call. Wayne Witherspoon, my cousin, Big Tim. What do you think about the sanctioning fee boxers pay from the sanctioning bodies? I think he said. Oh man, I really do think they should have somebody just to make everything simple for everybody to know what they're doing with all that money.
I can try pulling up a fight if everybody's okay. It'll be a little laggy, just because I'm going to do it right off of YouTube. But
Okay.
if we get cut out, it's because we're in a copyright issue. So we'll see if it cuts us off from the live. So I'm going to share the screen in a minute.
Aiden's Brawl, November 18th, Front Street Gym. Okay, that's in Northeast Philly. Adrian's Brawl, November 18th. All the boxing fans. Who is that? Zell versus Andy Ruiz. Is that the big tall guy, right? And fighting Andy Ruiz. I think he give Andy Ruiz a little trouble, but Andy keeps his hands up. Andy does keep his hands up, and he moves a lot. So I don't know about that fight. I don't know because Andy does keep his hands up. He does has okay defense, and that could make the difference between that fight. And let's hope Andy know how to really fight a southpaw.
All right, here you go, champ.
Who is this? Okay, here we go. We got Joyce coming out. He's pawing with his hand, and really he should be throwing his right hand right now. Hit that left hand he should have right up against his head for defense, and the right hand should be like his jab. So see him using his left hand. He should keep that back for defense and use his right hand so he can follow back with the left hook. So that's what he's supposed to be doing. Whoever trained him didn't tell him when you fight in the southpaw, your right hand is really your jab, and you try to use that all the time. So there it is in the beginning. Nobody's teaching him how to fight a southpaw. And his defense is not good at all. And we're not bad mouthing nobody. We're not bad mouthing nobody.
Nope.
Look at his defense. Look at him swinging his hands around. I don't know where he got that from, but he doesn't. And I don't have nothing against his trainers, but they're not doing the right thing. He is moving to the left, but that's all he's doing. There's a lot more than moving to the left. He's not.
Yeah, he's slapping hot champ with that lead hand. He's just kind of slapping and winging his hand around. It's weird.
So his right hand is right there for Zing. His right hand. See where his right hand at? Now somebody trying to halfway show him the shell. They should have brought me in there. They halfway show him the shell, or he watching it on TV. What is it? Money? What is it? What is it they don't want no help for? His legacy is going down because they didn't get him the right people. Now look at him. His defense he's moving his arms too much when he should be having his defense tight against his body, Philly shell, straight right hands to Zing's head like that. But his defense is too loose. It should be tight. Even Zing's defense is a little loose. Mine will be right up against my head. Look at Zing. He got his closer. But even he can use a little bit tighter. See how Zing is putting this up? You can put them tighter than that. That gives you more confidence. Put them tighter. They keep parring each other. I think that, now that's what he should be doing, throwing the right hand. He would have been hit Zing if he would have kept throwing that right hand. He would have been hit him. Look how open everybody Zing is on the left-hand side. Look. See, he's open. Look at Zing right there. All he have to do is keep throwing that right hand and coming back with the left hook and moving to the left. They don't have the old time teaching, Brian. I wish Zing is open too. Zing defense is wide open.
Chin's way up too. Look at his chin, way up.
Yeah, both of them. Look how open Zing is.
Ooh. Okay?
Somebody tried to teach him the Philly shell, and they should have got the right person to get him to do the Philly shell, because now he'll mess up if you keep trying to use that. Some trainer has to give him confidence.
All right.
This is really embarrassing. I'm not gonna say. Well, in terms of business and knowing that this kid could avoid all this. Anthony Joshua the same way. He could have avoided all these losses. Him and Deontay Wilder could have been fighting for a big mega fight. Or Tyson Fury, he outplays everybody. He does step back. He'd step back all the time when really he should stay in his ground. Now, when somebody approaches Tyson Fury, he steps back about 2 steps. Then he got to start all over again. So if he had like 15 fights, I would recommend to him to stand his ground and slip here and slip there and keep the defensive punches flying off of here, turn like that. There's a little practice thing with me and Justin, showing me sparring him at age 65. Brian, I was gonna recommend if you showed if you could.
You want me to see? Yeah. You want to see it? Want me to pull it up?
Yeah, see, I want everybody to see, and this is like my first day sparring in like 10 years, and I got in here with this young guy, and this is just a playing around defense. If Brian can break it up, a playing around defense with some young up and coming guy. He was throwing pretty good, but I confused him. Sean Connery, he does move like a bag of molasses.
Something happened here.
A bag of molasses, but adding weight mode made him. Yeah, well, listen, you can add weight.
There you go, everybody. Tim at 64.
Here's me at 64, sparring a young up and coming heavyweight, and I'm playing. I'm like,
and that guy's no slouch, man. I watched. Remember the guy he dropped? That big dude, man.
Oh yeah, he dropped him. Yeah, he dropped this big dude. Yeah,
and it was like no slouch.
And this kid looked just like Tex Cobb if his hair was long. We call him Little Tex. Not only that, Tim, he's 38 years old. Oh God, that one went down. I was going to read that. Oh, what you trying to get the tape?
Can you see it?
No.
Oh, all right. Let me go back to this then. I'm sorry.
Oh, Bruce Gas.
Here we go.
Channel. Okay.
That's
now,
my fault.
Here we go, everybody. I'm in a green shirt.
Here we go.
And this is my first time sparring in like 10 years with this young up and coming guy. See, this is where he should be. And like, I'm not doing a tight defense like I really should be. And I'm still looking tight in there. See, I'm slipping to both sides. Okay? I'm slipping to both sides. I should be having my right hand up at all times, blocking his jabs and stuff. But watch me movement. I'm slipping. I got my hands up. This is the type of stuff that Anthony Joshua, Joyce, all of them should do. Something similar. Look at this. You stay there. And this, I'm 65, and I'm boxing with this young kid. And I got on side. The weight to the gloves is like 24s. They big gloves. Okay? So I got my hands here. I'm slipping. So look at that. See? See that? I got my hands up, blocking, and there's a lot more to it. I could do more defense. I'm just starting coming back, just playing around. We sparring. I'm just playing around. We got the big gloves on, and he throwing good punches. I slip. See that? I got my hands up, and you can deliver punches. I'm throwing a little sloppy. But, guys, this is my first time in like 10 years, and I'm sparring this young kid. Yep, look at that. I'm blocking. Look at that. I can get all these guys ready. This ain't nothing. This is just playing around, little stuff. And I'm playing with this. This kid is pretty strong, too. He's pretty strong, but he's going to pick it up. This was months ago. Look at that. I'm blocking, and I can show you a whole lot more. This ain't nothing. This is nothing. I got my hands down. I should got my right hand down. I should have my right hand up around my face, blocking jabs, but I'm slipping them. I feel so comfortable that I know how to block punches. That's why I'm approaching them like that. I know I can block them. And the only way I'm going to get hit if I let him, or he does a really good thing and catch me. Okay? Me at 64. I don't have that right hand up. My right hand should be up when I'm jabbing. And I'm moving my head out the middle, out the center. I'm shelling up when you get closer to me so I can counter back. So,
can opener.
Yeah, the can opener. That was 2 body shots. But I do have my right hand a little bit low. That's only because see that movement? I caught his hand and I threw the hook. I caught his jab. See that? With both my hands, I just caught it like that and I threw a hook. Now, this kid is going to be great. I'll be working with him, showing him stuff. But right now, this is just some play. And this is where, right, okay, there you go. This was just something after 10 years being out of boxing, just coming back, messing around with this kid named Justin Lentz, and he's up and coming, guys. I have a lot to offer, and I be feeling bad each time a fight like this goes off. Joyce could have avoided. Anthony Joshua could avoid it. Look, man, and I love these guys, man. I love these guys to train. I love boxing. We on this channel just discussing and talking about negatives and positive. We ain't bad mouthing anybody. We're not bad now. You can say what you want to say about me. I'll still shake your hand and say I love you. I'm not trying to badmouth Joe. I'm not trying to badmouth Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, or Dylan White, or Tyson Fury, because we are all boxers. I'm not trying to do that, but on this channel, I would just like to let you know what I think. You can say anything you want about me. You can say anything you want. I'm not going to get mad. I still love you. Okay? So people just have to learn how to take criticism. And I'm not really criticizing. I'm just letting the public know different things that I know and I was taught. So I know that Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua and Joe Joyce and all the rest of them heavyweights, there's no defense no more. Okay? There's no defense. And this is what Tyson Fury does. Tyson Fury, I'm going to say it over again. When he approaches and you come at him aggressively, he jumps back. He jumps back like a couple of spaces. And then he come back and fire back each time. And that's because I don't think that he knows how to anticipate somebody coming straight in front of him. Okay, so when he engage, he'll hit and he'll hold, which is good tactics, but I do believe he should grab and let go like in 2 seconds. Like grab, 1, 2, and fire back, right back to defense. Because sometimes it looks to me boring when you hold too much. But I'm not criticizing him, but
Tim, do you think that was a lot of mental in there with him pulling? Do you think he was just insecure, trying to anticipate the next shot, and he was just fear and insecurity, lack of confidence?
I'm glad you just chipped in and started helping me with this.
Nobody cares what I gotta say.
No, I understand. But
hey, if anybody wants to know how to get knocked out, ask me, because I can tell you how to get knocked out.
Then you can read some of the stuff too, Brian. He is a fear. It's a fear, not that his heart that he's fear. It's a fear because of lack of the skills of defense.
Yeah, so, Con Shawnery says Joyce seemed mentally defeated in the rematch. He wasn't doing enough. That's true. And by the way, Tim, who's Black Cat? He says, Tim, where's my year's supply of milk and fish? You know him?
That Black Cat. Black Cat. Who the heck is Black Cat? Some new guy. Oh,
yeah. If Tim trained Joyce, he would beat Zhang. Yep, that's what he said. Black Cat says Joyce making simple mistakes. Yeah.
Listen, man, it's a shame that the management too has to take some of the blame, because like I keep saying in some of these podcasts, is when I was coming up, some of them managers and promoters, if they didn't like what they see, you was either on the side or you were gone. I don't know what they're doing now. They thinking about, I'm not talking negative, what they're thinking about the money and not the boxer. They got to go in there and find out, like Dennis Rappaport, several other promoters, when they came in, if they didn't like what they saw, they said, They either kept you on the sideline or got rid of you and definitely brought somebody in. Because my trainer did it like 10 times. That's how come I know what I'm talking about. They called Slim so many times, and I was dragged over here. Slim training over here, training this one, and that's how I know about the promoter's part of it. He plays a big part in this. How he gonna let amateur train, or how they gonna let amateurs train a top 10 guy? How they gonna let guys that have a losing record train these guys? So
hey, champ, you want me to pull up when you fought Larry Holmes? When you had
pull it up. And I only had
this is on our channel, Bruce. Bruce texted me. We'll get taken down with the other one. So I said this one. Hold on, let me get this on a bigger screen. There we go.
I only had 13 fights when I'm fighting Larry Holmes. I only had 7 amateur fights. 7 amateur fights, and I had 13, but I had a great trainer. This is what you have to do when big fights like that come. It's not, it seems like it's bad. Look at that. Here I am. 2 years ago, I was an amateur. 2 years before I fought this man. 2 years. I was a football player. No, 2.5 years. I was a football player and I got hurt in college. I'm fighting one of the greatest boxers 2.5 years later, almost 3 years later. I had a good trainer, man. And then I had confidence in my defense that my trainer showed me. So look at me, and I'm young. He should have stopped Tim Witherspoon. I was confident. My defense had me confident. I said, look, man, look at me blocking all that. 3 years, and I'm fighting one of the greatest boxers. Come on, man. Come on. I just feel really bad when I see in situations like Joyce, and even when Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury was fighting, Anthony Joshua, I'm wondering what's going on with their group. What's wrong with their team? You wouldn't want a Joe Frazier or Muhammad Ali or Tim Witherspoon or somebody that was good at defense in your corner, knows how to counter, boom, knows how to slip, know how to block.
Tim, what do you see this guy doing? What do you see Joyce doing now? Do you think he's lost his confidence to the point that if he don't get a new trainer, he's out of the game? Because he looked very insecure in there, very fearful and insecure.
Because the trainer that he has not really showed him anything. And I think that by him coming out looking just as bad as he was last time, probably made it. He didn't have nobody to show him confidence. He didn't have nobody to show him how he not can get hit, And that's where he loses his confidence. He know, man, though, there nobody showed me how to not get hit. That's what it looks like. He was getting hit easily, just like the first time. So please, the management, this kid life is, even though his age, he still ain't over because he's big and strong. He can still come back. I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to say, hey, I know he can come back. I'm out here. That's easy work. We got the knowledge and everything, man.
We got the team. We got a big team. We got doctors on our team, elite fitness trainers, man. You got the full package.
That's package. Right. It says
the email's right there, everybody. Contact Tim. So if you're out there, Joyce, email.
Tim. Oh God, what was that? Oh, that was a big one there. Hold on. Okay, Tim, what are your memories of your fight with Jeff Sims? I knocked him out in the first round. We watched it today, and you showed your what's that? What's that? Oh, granite chin. That boy could punch in that fight. Yeah, he could punch. I had to get him out of here. I don't know what round. I think it was the first round. But he was knocking out a lot of guys. He was strong too, from prison. He was in prison at one time. I was kind of scared of him because the way he looked, looked tough. After all cats have fast reflexes, we eat garden snakes for breakfast. That's Black Cat. Okay.
Would you go to the UK if Joyce asked you to, Tim?
Yes. They could send them here, but if they ask me to go there, and I guarantee you, everybody will see a big difference. I'm telling you, man, it's really sad that they don't know how to reach out to some. There's still guys like me left around. There's not that many. I'm not saying I'm not the god of it all, but I know more than whoever's showing them. It was nothing. They didn't show them nothing new. This made it even bad, him doing this. That made it even bad. I would have had that here for defense and drilling that right hand. And then drill come with the left hook. Because you're going to throw something. You're going to throw his left because he's left-handed. So you're going to catch everything. He shouldn't even be, he's southpaw. He shouldn't even be using his jab. He should be using his left hand, and you should be using your right. So when you fight the southpaw and you right-handed, that's really a jab. and his left-handed is a jab, because both of these hands in front is going to be bumping each other. So you leave that there for defense, and then you slip, you can hit him with a hook. See, they couldn't teach him that. Look, okay, I'm here. His lead hand is here. They both left hand. All I got to do is slip to this side and whip the left hook right here. Okay? Because the southpaw lead hand jab is right in front of your lead jab. It's right in front of here.
Hey, champ, I got to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Mighty Knockout Barbecue Sauce. Go buy it on Amazon.
Yes.
Very important to support. That is Mike Evans, who owns and runs the company, was a boxing legend, and going to be doing some great stuff with us. I think we're talking about bringing the Circle of Legends on a cruise, and it's going to be supported by Mike Evans Knockout Barbecue Sauce and FedEx. So stay tuned. It's in the works.
That's right. Okay, you got it on there. Okay, so where we going? Mr. Johnson, boxing, talk, and more. Joyce needs to lose. See, you keep talking about some weight. Legs are good, arms and head too slow. No, because it's his skills. It's not his weight. So everybody, listen, thank you. You had you made a good observation, about his weight and everything. But it's not his weight. He's just if he's 10 more pounds, if he still has those skills, he'll just be a little slower.
Yeah, and what's his name was pretty heavy too. Zhang, man, looked like he's been eating too much General Tso's chicken or something.
This Zhang defense is just a little bit better than Joe's. His just a little bit better. He kept his all the way back a little bit, but he didn't keep it tight. See, he kept his back, but Joe Joyce had his out here. You got to practice. And they not working with him to practice because he keep his hands out here. You got to keep practicing. Every time you spar, the trainer got to say, tighten your D up. Keep it tight all the time. Keep your elbows against your body. Don't keep your elbows out like that. Don't keep your elbows out like that. Keep them in and duck your head like this. That's what you want so you can counter. Boom, boom. Okay? That's what Joe Joyce, that's just one of the things. Fighting the southpaw, he should have been drilling the right hand, throwing the left hook, coming right back to defense. Blocking the lead, Zhang's lead punches with his shoulder and his hand like this, right? As soon as his backhand hit that hand, throw the hook over top of it. These are all the things that I would have been working with him. And it's a shame. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I feel really bad, man. We got to find a way to help these young boxers out. He should be fighting down the line a big money fight too, But now he can't because his management, and I don't have nothing against his management. I love everybody, man. I'm just saying, and I'm pleading. You got to stop messing these young kids. I shouldn't say that hard like that. He had a chance to be great. Anthony Joshua had a chance to be great. Dante Wilder had a chance, and there's a lot of little guys had a chance. Like I said on some of the shows, if I'm getting paid $500,000, you think I'm gonna tell this other guy that he needed another trainer? No, they ain't gonna do that. So it's up to the management, the promoter. If they don't see what they don't like, they need to come in and talk about it. Don't just make the big fights. The boxer has a legacy to protect, and to be victorious as much as he can. So they have to get involved. They have to get involved. Somebody hit the door or something like that. Okay, so who we got now?
You got who's Jonah Chestnut Jones? She says, "Hello, Joanna." It must be a relative, Tim. Hello,
Joanna.
Tim.
Where you see that at?
Joanna Chestnut Jones. Must be a relative of yours.
Where you see that at? I know that ain't JoJo.
I'm going to show it right here.
Oh, that's Flavin. That's Joanna Jones. No, that ain't JoJo. Hey, I don't think that's JoJo is a fitness person that. No, that's not Joanna JoJo Dones. Dones is her name. Joanna Dones. D-O something. All right, everybody. So hold on, everybody. Thank you for coming on the show. They called me. I think this is Franklin. I think this is Franklin calling. I'm sorry, everybody. Hello. Hello. Okay, I think that was Franklin, the undefeated heavyweight from England. Oh, he must have called me on. Okay, so I'm sorry, everybody. Let me try to get this. Yeah, so Joyce looked at nervous. He looked at nervous. You know, he got hit pretty hard on the last fight. He had no help, really. He looked the same. And the parring with his left lead hand, that looked kind of bad also. That looked kind of bad doing that. Everybody doing that. Like I said, if I see somebody doing this, I'm going to tell my boxer to break this. Just hit this. Hit this, and it might end the fight. Hey, it's legal. You going like this? Oh, bam! I'll tell him to hit it. That's not illegal. You see guys keep doing this stuff. I'll tell my boxer, say, look, if he keep doing that, hit him on the back of that elbow. He won't be able to use it. That's legal. That's fighting. What are you doing this for? My trainer taught me to do this. Put your hand over his eyes for a split second, then drop the right hand. That's it. That's it. In terms of leaving your hand out, you boxing, you slip in, right? Slip on this side, block, then go boom, bam. But first you test them. You go, you put it out there, got your hand up, leave it out there, then put it right over top of his eyes, then for a split second, bam. Now I believe in that. That's the old time way. You keep working, right? Then you back here, put it up, put it over his eyes like a split second. And drop it. That's what the old timers taught me. But this particular stuff, I didn't see a lot of old timers doing that. And I think that was developed when a lot of these boxers didn't have good defense. So they put this out there because they're not sure. This is like they're not sure. So they're doing this. If you do that, drop the right hand right behind it and then come back for defense. Get some of the old time stuff we talking about. Let's Sean Connery, Joyce has to take the long way back. Unfortunately, well, if he called me, he won't. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. Black Cat Tim, sorry I took the pizza out the fridge. I was so hungry.
I think that's our buddy there.
Yeah.
The landlord harassment guy.
What's that? And Bob and Woven like, oh, Bob and Weaving like Joe Frazier.
Meant Bob and Weaving.
Yeah, Bob and Weaving like Joe Frazier was Joe Frazier, Philly Shell guy. He was from Philadelphia. He's the real Rocky Balboa. No, Joe Frazier was born down in South. And I'm actually the real Rocky Balboa. I was born right near the Italian market. My mom used to take me there shopping. And then I went on to become the real two-time heavyweight champion Philly, Timmy Balboa, because I was born there. Joe Frazier, I love him, but he was born down south. I was actually born 10 minutes from the Italian market where they made the movie. We used to walk there. It's an Italian neighborhood. And I used to walk there with my mom or take the bus, and we used to shop. We used to wave to people just like he did in the movie. And then go back and take our groceries home. And here it is, I'm the real 2-time heavyweight champ of the world.
Hey Tim, quick,
Witherspoon. Yeah.
the Zhang. What do you see his future? Where do you think he's going? Has he fought? He hasn't fought Tyson, has he? Tyson Fury?
No, I don't think so. But
No.
listen. He do have his defense tighter than Joyce, but I see similarities where he can possibly get knocked out too, because he does keep his hands here. But I got to look a little bit more at him. Okay, he put his combinations together. He's awkward because he's a southpaw, but his defense is a little bit better than Joe Joyce. Just his is a little bit better, but I see a little bit of him relaxing too much with his hands here instead of tight.
Oh.
His be like this.
Connery said no, they haven't fought.
Okay, they haven't fought. Hey Sean, how you doing? If Dante had better fundamentals and more than one weapon, he could have been the top of the heavyweights heat today. Yeah, I think that if he would had a good defense and know how to counter off his punches, he definitely. Same thing with Anthony Joshua. Same thing with Dylan White. He depended on his left hook, Dylan White, all the time. But Tyson Fury caught him up the middle with that uppercut, and so did another boxer. Why didn't they tell Dylan White, show him how to block them uppercuts? He got knocked out, I think, twice or three times with the uppercut up the middle, which is a hard punch to block, to defend against. The punch up the middle, whether it's right up the middle or left, it's hard to defend that. So let's keep going on, everybody. We're going to keep on going on.
What about the closest Zhang has got to a title fight is fighting Joyce. That's from Conchonery. What about the Canelo fight? What do you think about that one?
Canelo and who's the big fight he was fighting? He's going to fight Bud. Was it Bud? No. Was it Bud? Bud Crawford.
I mean, it was talked about, right?
Yeah,
someone said he was ducking him or something. Maybe
no. I'm not taking enough against Bud. I'm your big brother, Bud. Okay, and I'm just saying these things. I'm just saying these things from what I believe and what I not accomplished, but what I witnessed. Canelo has more moves. He's in real good shape, but you know.
Oh, Charlo. Somebody put. I think.
Oh, the Charlo, and who?
And Canelo.
Oh, the Charlo and Canelo. I do believe that Canelo is a slick boxer, and all he has to do is get in shape. And the Charlo brother is up and coming, feisty. He ready to try to take the title. But I do believe if Canelo get in really good shape, and because he's like not retired, but now he done accomplished everything. He's relaxing. I know what he's doing. He is relaxing a little bit. Maybe he's go training here, training there, and this is the best time to get him. But 3-4 years ago, it would have been hard. But now, since I'm not saying he's on retirement, but I know what he's doing now. He's got a lot of money. He's probably going to a lot of different events. He's not training like he used to be, probably. Maybe he is, but this is the best time to beat him. But I do believe if he get in good shape, the Charlo brothers in trouble.
So the old school karate guy is one of your new fans. He's been in all our lives lately. He said, "Is Zhang the real deal?"
I don't think so. I don't think he is, because Joe Joyce made him look way better than what he really is. And he fought, though. You got to give it to Zhang. He fought the best he could. He was determined to win. And he fought somebody who didn't have the skills to really take it from him. He didn't have Joe Joyce didn't have the skills to take it from Zhang. So Zhang just went on straight up that ladder, walked up and got on top of that building. He won that fight. So
your man Marty's here. Your cousin Marty says,
"What's up, Marty?"
That's Tim's cousin right there.
Manager Marty, what's up? Hey Tim, great information. Thanks for your wisdom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We be doing stuff on his podcast too. Um uh Marty, the manager. Okay. Okay, what's Con Shinery just say? Oh, Milton LeBron is on here. Here's Milton.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention we're getting a lot of
Yeah,
comments.
Milton. He's one of the legends.
Hey Milton.
He helps the boxers out for the longest, man. For 15, as long as 20, as long as I've known him, he's really thinking about the boxers all the time. What's going on? He'll ask you, "Are you all right?" And he'll try to solve the problem. Is it too moisture? What's that? Is it to measure distance?
Oh, measure. He's talking about when they put their arm out there.
Oh,
I think you've talked about that they say that just as an excuse, but really you said it's them just being insecure. But that's
yeah.
like their explanation, and
No,
then
well,
guys are copying it, thinking that's
nervous.
what it is.
Well, it's a little nervousness, and they're putting their hands out there because they don't know where the punch is going to come or when they're going to come. So this is a nervous thing. I recommend that they keep their hands back here and let their opponent commit all the way in with his arms and try to hit him or counter on the way back instead of helping them. When you put your hands out there, you're really helping them because they keep their hands back for defense. And y'all keep touching your hands. I really haven't seen guys back in the day touching their hands the whole fight. So the trainers, I don't know what the trainers are telling the boxers. That's showing that the trainer really don't, because I would never recommend my boxer, if I'm training them, to pat like this. You only do it for a split second, like I said. Put
Tim,
your hands on his eyes.
when did you see that start? Because I got a kind of a theory where that may have actually came from.
I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
Because I know in martial arts, like when you kick, a guy will measure. They'll put their arm out sometimes to measure their kick. They just they use their arm, so they pat to know. And I wonder if MMA actually got, because you've seen Conor McGregor do it a lot, but initially in MMA and Taekwondo, different arts where they do full contact kickboxing, a guy might put that out just to measure his kick out. Like he's just putting his hand to kind of get the guy when he comes touching, then boom, fire the kick. So I'm wondering if they just imitated that and it just infiltrated boxing.
Yeah, but well, if I was the trainer, I would tell the boxer, like I said before, to just try to put your left hand, or if you're a southpaw, put your right hand over your opponent's eyes for a split second, then throw a punch straight at him. You know, only you trying to element a surprise, catch him, put it up, boom. But other than doing this, I don't know what the hell that is. I wouldn't do it. If I was ahead in the fight, really ahead, dominating, I'll play around like that. But that, to me, like I said, I'll break your arm. I'll try to hit you on the arm and injure your arm so you don't use it. That's what my trainer taught me. Hit here, hit here, hit here. So if it go like that, you know, hit under there, try to hit them under there. This legal. If you punch somebody here, it's legal. You just can't hit them in the back. You know, take their arm out, knock their arm out the socket. You know, so these are some of the.
Sorry if we're not getting everybody's questions. There's a lot of them coming in.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep. You got Darren Mc. I'll be good with your name here. It sounds like it's Scottish. Cullen.
Oh, Darren
McCullough.
Yeah, that's what
McCullough. Who would you pick? Devin Haney versus Crawford. Who would you pick, Haney or Crawford?
Now with that one, I would go with Crawford. With that one, I would go with Crawford. I'm no disrespect to Haney. I seen him fight, but I would go with Crawford with that one, with Devin Haney and Crawford.
Yeah, we got our man here, the karate guy, old school karate. He says, yeah, it's done in kickboxing, the measuring with the hand. It's a very common thing. I remember my years of martial arts. We kind of see people use that as a measure. So maybe that's where the habit kind of came from, since you never saw it back in the day. So it's something new.
Yeah. You could use just, it's got to be like split seconds because it gets boring. You doing this, it gets boring. It's boring. You keep putting your hands out here Come on, man, show us some skills.
Yeah, there you go. Tomahawk, the sidekick is like a jab, according to Bruce Lee. See, you measure the distance with your sidekick. Yeah. So it may have come from kicking.
Okay. Old school karate guys.
That's a man. Let's see. Maybe to set up head kick. He says, the old school says maybe to set up the head kick is where that was primary came from.
Yeah,
All right.
this guy says, Tim, what is the best way to avoid a left hook? Keep your right hand up here. Keep your right hand up. And you bend down on your knees, and when you catch it, you throw yours back. This, or you can roll. If you're shorter, you roll under it. Just keep your hand up here all the time, and you'll catch it. Then you fire your hook back. So you brace, get in tight. When it hit, boom, it's gonna hit. Let me get this down. You brace like this, and when it hit, you fire back with your hook. So boom, boom, boom. There you go. If it come, boom, hook right on. So you bend your knees and you place it and fire your hook back. It'll be just as hard. Bend your knees.
Oh, here we go, Tim. You got to sing $5 for Maurice. Hello, Maurice.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melt like lemon drops away above the chimney top. That's where you find me.
Oh, so I got goosebumps.
Somewhere over the rainbows, bluebird birds fly over the rainbow. Why can't I? Yeah, thank you.
You did it, Maurice. You got the chance to
I'm
sing.
gonna think of some different songs to sing. But I'm telling you, everybody, this night, we got a good show coming on here. We're talking about something that's really important, and there's a lot of people probably missing out on it. You know what I mean? And like I said, the Zhang, he's just I'm just saying he's tough. He's tough, and he got a little bit more than Joe Joyce. I think he got a little bit more than Joe Joyce. I just seen similar stuff that they both do.
Yeah. Tyrone Morales has a good point. Kind of reminds me of a young Foreman, like more of a frame for control. But Joyce just seemed like he was lazy pouring with no actual intent. Like he was just.
That was a lack of confidence. All that was a lack of confidence. That was a lack of confidence. That's all that movement was. A lack of confidence. He didn't really like his movement. Somebody didn't teach him the stuff he was supposed to teach him. That's why he was acting like that. Now, if he would have had somebody in his corner that motivated him stuff, he wouldn't have been like that. He'd have been aggressive. He'd have been confident. That plays a big part. He knew that he didn't have the right person. He just put up with it in that ring. I'm telling you. I know the feeling. That's right. He knew before this fight, or else he wouldn't have looked like that. His confidence wasn't up. It wasn't. I'm telling you. I know about it. I know about that. His confidence wasn't up for this fight. You could tell when the bell rung. I know my trainer, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, wasn't throwing his hook right. When Slim came into Eddie Mustafa's camp, and Eddie could tell you himself. He changed Eddie around. Eddie won the title and everything. Eddie won the light heavyweight championship of the world when Slim came into his life and switched everything around, had him slipping punches and everything. All before that, he was really good boxer, but they wanted him. Murad Muhammad hired Slim. That was Eddie Mustafa's promoter, Murad Muhammad, and he just went straight up the hill once we went there. And I sparred with Cooney. I sparred with Saad Muhammad. I sparred with a whole bunch of other guys too. And Slim was training them. I learned my way. That's why I know this kid need help. I know he do. I know what happened there when that fight. He had no confidence, Bryant.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
He had no confidence at all. And it can't. I don't know who was in his corner. I don't know who was in his corner. I don't know what was going on, but these guys better call me, okay? It's just a shame. It's a shame.
7. Oh, you have to forgive me. Oatke. He said he was not confident because in the first Zhang fight, for the first time in his career, he got hurt and he was worried it would happen again. I guess he must hit really hard, Tim.
Huh?
He must hit really hard. Zhang must hit hard. Yeah, because he looked like he was.
Well, it looked like he pinpointed them shots right. He threw them shots right. And the guy is right. He wasn't prepared mentally for the second Zhang fight because of what happened in the first fight. And he would have been prepared if they would have had somebody in his corner. I keep saying it.
Like who, Tim? Who would you recommend to be in his corner?
Hey, I'm saying if you want like defense, hey, I'm here. Just bring me over, and you just bring me over. I'm not kissing nobody, but it's a shame. Just bring me over, and you will be satisfied. Now, whoever was in this corner,
Nail Bolt says, Champ, Joyce seemed to have a real hard time actually seeing the punches coming. Yeah, huh?
You got to drill.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think
you got to drill and practice, and he'll get used to it. Leave that hand here. Have the sparring partners throw multiple punches so he can get used to it. That's how you do it. You, in practice, tell Joyce not to throw punches and for like 6 rounds, right? 5 rounds. And have people throwing punches at him and have him follow the pattern. Here, throw a lot of rights, boom, boom. You got to get used to keeping it in. Here, throw a right hand and left hook. Right hand, left hook. Keep doing that through the training. Right hand, left hook, right hand, left hook. Straight jab, block it. Defense here, block it. They don't know how to do it. You keep drilling them. And then when he spar, make him go a couple of rounds just holding his hands on defense. Only thing he used maybe is his jab. And let him concentrate on his defense. There's a lot of different methods, Brian. There's a lot of different methods. And I did them all with the old timers. These guys just need to let me just come there. That's all. I'm not begging. This dude career ain't over. He was strong. He was winning most of his fights, and he lost two. He lost 2 fights. His career, and he is 37. But my trainer used to revive the old guys. I know he could still do it. Come back. They went and got my trainer, and they brought him in. And he straightened out these boxers that was older too. But these managers and stuff, they don't realize that. I was around all that stuff. Ali, Frazier, watching them talk. I wasn't around George Foreman, but I was around Ernie Shavers. I was around all of them guys. I was around a lot of them old Jimmy Young. I was around them. This is why I know. All the oldies. I was around the oldies when they was on their way going out. I sparred with Jimmy Young. Yup. Joe Frazier, I was around him for a long time. Him telling my trainer was there, but him telling me how to throw the left hook, where to put the weight at on my left leg when I throw the left hook. I was around all those guys. And when I'm looking at television, I'm like, I guess it's the way people watching boxing nowadays. We got to get some of this knowledge.
Oh, Tim, Maurice says the guy who donated the $5. Perhaps we could spar someday, Tim. I'll go easy on you.
Wait, that's Maurice. Yeah, what is he?
By the way, anybody can talk trash if you pay. Well, you got to donate. Otherwise, if you talk trash, I'll block you out of here.
No, they just love me. He doesn't have the look that sells. Oh, they talking about Joe Joyce. Milton said he don't have the look that can sell. Yeah, because he's not trained or taught how to bend his knees, how to keep his arms, and how to put his combinations together. He don't look like it. They probably do some kind of combinations, but look, man, is who the guy that's teaching you. Wilder 100% Black Cat said. I hope that some boxers you teach them. When it says Wilder and Zhang is whoever lands the first. I believe that. Wow.
Oh, by the way, Tim, Sean Connery likes my idea. He's also a moderator. I think I made him a moderator so you can kick people out unless they pay. So watch out for Connery Sean or whatever. He's a moderator. I made him a moderator.
Yeah, okay, but I think Zen and Dante, that'll be an interesting fight because the only difference would be that Zhang is a southpaw, and that might confuse Dante Wilder. So I'm just looking at that part. So I don't know if Dante Wilder will be taught how to fight a real good southpaw. So that'll be an interesting fight. They said about
Our
Dante.
man is in here. AM Sports Media. We did a live with them.
Okay, AM, how you guys doing?
Yeah, we
Me-
got to do another live together. I think we did a live with them about a couple months back.
Okay, maybe if Zhang can use his weight and fight dirty, he might win. He said Zhang already won though. He don't have to fight dirty. Canelo has 63 fights under his belt. He's young, but he put on some miles. Yeah, yeah, but he can come back if he have a decent defense and get in good shape. He possibly can not possibly. I know he can. I've been there and done it before. He can do it. These young up and coming guys, you got to be ready for him with the skills, and he got a lot of skills. Talking about uh, uh Wilder would still be sleeping from that punch Joyce dropped from. Hey, okay, we got Bruce Gas. What he saying, Brian? So
Where
with
is he?
that,
Oh, that I don't know. That was a while back. You must be back a while. I don't know.
849.
Wait a minute. Where is he? Where are
So with
you at?
that one punch,
Oh,
Zhang
you way back.
power
You're
punch.
back in time, champ. You're way back in time.
I'm way back.
I'm going back here.
Yeah, let me go. Okay, you right. I am back.
Bruce is gone now. He's on a live. He just texted me. He was going on one of his lives.
Okay, Tim, ready for the challenge? What is that?
Let me see. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Maurice. Let's see.
Spar with Bert Cooper. Yes, I sparred with Bert Cooper.
Oh, who is this here? Wants to get together. Keith Nylund. I think Nylund. I think I said that right. We need to get together about that seminar. Yes, if you're interested here, please email me right here. This is our marketing email right here. Right here. Contact me at premola7@gmail.com. Anybody interested, go to the Circle of Legends, the Circle of Legends.net. That's our website for the circle. We have a seminar coming up here. And you'll also be seeing, we're going to be August of next year. It seems like we will be on a cruise ship putting a fight on with Mighty Knockout Barbecue Sauce Company. So they've already got everything set up, and we're just putting this should be wild, man. There'll be a lot of celebrities there, and we'll be putting fights on, celebrity fights and regular fights. But that'll be up on the website, hopefully within the next couple months once we solidify everything. But yeah, reach out to me. Anybody wants to do a collaboration with us, reach out to premola7@gmail.com.
Okay, I sparred with Bert Cooper and Oliver McCall at one time. And when I first went into camp, somebody asked me did I spar with Bert Cooper. How about that? Two of the most hardest punchers around. I sparred with both of them. But now I was out of shape when I went into camp. But about 3 weeks to a month later, the tide turns. And I was sparring both of them back to back. How could you get that good of sparring? You know, Bert Cooper and Oliver McCall. Boy, oh boy, Oliver can't sit still for nothing. He got all this energy. Okay, who do we got?
Somebody wants to know about Pinklin Thomas, Don McGuire. Champ, what are your thoughts on my brother, Pinklin?
Yeah. Pinklin is a good man. He's a good brother.
Is.
Yeah, and I fought him. When I fought him, I was thinking politics because at that time, Don King was really doing a number on me. And so I knew that Pinklin had Don King on his side, but he came into shape, won the fight. Excuse me, close. I think it was a close fight. I thought I won. He won the fight with just a jab. So you know, but Don King was played a big part in that fight also. So I knew I was fighting Pinky and Don King at the same time. But you know, Pinklin deserved it. He won. Um, you know, I thought I won, but that was it.
He's
That's
a
a
classy guy too, really classy guy.
really good guy.
Um, I'll try to get all these questions in. Addery Pendant. I think I said, what about the Southpaw Philly shell or cross arm guard? I don't know what they mean. They said, what about the Southpaw Philly shell or cross arm guard?
I just showed somebody Southpaw a long time ago. It's you kind of like do the similar thing. It depends on who your opponent. If your opponent right hand or left hand, but I think you can do the shell, you know, with a southpaw just as good as you can do with a right hander. It's just that you'll be putting your right hand over your stomach instead of your left hand. You'll put your right hand over and put your left on top and do the same thing. The same thing, tight defense. Your southpaw, you know, tighten your defense up. But with the shell, with your hands, with your stomach, you block the shots. You put this on top of here, block there, uppercuts here, you know, turn in like that. So I think that it will really, you can do the Philly shell with the southpaw. He was on my show. He said you are a true friend. Thank you. I don't know Don. That's Don McGuire. I think it was Black Cat Tim. Read my comment above.
Oh, really? Don McGuire? We got to get Pinklin on our show. I've had a hard time getting him on, but we'll have to get him on sometime to talk about you. Maybe we could, if I can get it through the checks with YouTube, I'll play the whole fight. You guys can talk about the fight and watch it together.
Yep, Tony Chubbs.
What do you guys think about that out there in the audience? We'll have Tim and Pinklin watch their fight. We're gonna try to do the same with Larry Holmes.
Yep. He said he can get him on. Whoever's thought on Georgie Benton was a very good, classy trainer. Thomas, he was a very good, classy, really nice guy too. I used to be around these guys every day. You know why you don't think I got better knowledge than I'm not the best, but I got better knowledge than these average day guys. I was with the old timers, man. Call me. You better call me before it's too late.
Yeah, somebody's asking about Darren's asking about our buddy Nate Miller.
Oh, Nate. Yeah,
That's
Nate.
our man, Nate. I owe Nate a computer. The one I got him, though, the one for my company is dead. So he's been waiting for that. We're trying to get Nate a laptop so he can do stuff like this.
We've been keeping in touch with Blood Green. I talked to him the other day. Yeah, we've been keeping in touch with everybody. He's doing really good, everybody.
By the way, if you want to see Nate, Nate has a YouTube, Facebook. So go on my Facebook and look up Nate Miller, Darren, if you want to get in touch with him or follow him. He's singing a lot. He plays the guitar and he sings. That's his thing.
Black Cat says teamwork, and that really does make a difference when you got the right people around you going to training camp. Stay away from your family. You know, see them once in a blue moon. Got a good trainer behind you. That's what gave me confidence. You know, like I left the Don King alone. You know, you're supposed to love yourself before you love anybody else. You know, what might hurt him is I tell him that I love him, and maybe, but that's how you go forward and get respect. You know, I love her. Okay, that happened, but I'm all right. I got to take care of my family. I got to do other things.
We got Jasper asking about our man Mitch Blood Green. We were with him not too long ago. He fell on me though and blew my back out for a little bit. Yeah. Oh, Mitch doing great. If you look on our YouTube channel, you'll see a video with Mitch. You want me to pull that up, champ? The kid and Mitch?
Yeah, they said, what would I do against Tyson or Foreman? Be in good shape, that's for sure. He said, what would I do if I was fighting Tyson or Foreman? There would be the best fight of my life I had to be ready for, and I would have to be in phenomenal shape. I know I got the skills. I would have to be in phenomenal shape, and I know that I am in phenomenal shape. I think I'm a better boxer. But George Foreman had different tactics, and Tyson had different tactics. And you just got to be real careful with those two guys.
Hey, Don says, "Hey Don, we talked to Pinklin, but appreciate you trying. He wanted to hook you up with Pinklin, but Tim's already talked. He already got his contact. We actually I started a YouTube channel for Pinklin, but he didn't put any videos up. So
Yeah, Greg
his
Page,
daughter was supposed to make videos for it, but she never got around to it.
yeah, I know. Listen, Greg Page was that good dude. Yeah, he was. Greg was cool. He passed away also. He got hurt in the ring and then got injured, and then somebody said that he passed away. He got hurt when the ring, something happened with the ring post, and it crippled him, and then he just went downhill. Yeah, Jasper. Greg Page was Black Cat. Maurice, all I want is your supply of milk and fish. Yeah, so we started out talking about Joyce and Zing. And here's another fight where I knew for a fact they could avoid all this. It's just happening everywhere, you know. Our channel don't criticize really bad. We don't, we love the boxing game, and we try to do, 24/7. We trying to help boxers out, trying to get us involved in what's going on today. Maurice put $2 on it. Thank you, Maurice.
Oh man, you get a song.
My girl, talking about my girl, my girl. I got so much loving in the bees in the tree. I got all the riches, baby, one man can receive. Ooh, oh, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl, my girl. I'm gonna get hey Tom. I mean, um, Brian. I'm gonna get a list of songs for next time.
Yeah, you got to come up with difference. He wants to know, how would you fight Donnie Long?
Donnie Long, that's my man. Donnie Long. You talking about Donnie Long?
Donnie Long? I don't think Donnie Long. No, you'd be way out of his. You'd
Donnie
be way
Long.
too big
I know
for him.
Donnie Long. Wait a minute. I know Don. How would I fight
Donnie Long?
I don't know who. I know a Donnie Long in boxing, I think.
Keith wants you to go back to boxing. We already are. We got a fight planned. You just wait. Hopefully, either down in Atlanta or one out on that cruise ship with the Circle of Legends and another organization we started, but it's in its infancy, called the World Combat Con. That's a whole nother topic. But yeah, he might be fighting at the Circle of Legends event, either in Atlanta or out on the cruise ship.
Oh, Donnie Long.
Donnie Lalonde. Donnie Lalonde, yes.
No, Donnie Long.
No, he said, yeah, he's saying Donnie Long, but then for Tyson, Donnie Lalonde was a late. Oh, okay, he's clarifying it.
Tyson knocked him out in the first.
Ray.
Right, okay, Keith Newland. I mean, instead of singing. Okay. Yes, we really was talking about Joyce and Zing today. Here's another young boxer that could have avoided some things. All they have to do is just reach out. Like I said, I was with my trainer. He used to take me everywhere just so he could straighten all these boxers out. They would call him, and I would be the sparring partner automatically if it was a heavyweight. So I would sit there and learn. I think I only had one professional fight, or I only had amateur fights. I had one or two professional fights, and I was going around sparring with this one and that one. They would call my trainer to straighten some of their boxers out. And this is why I know this is what these guys need. They don't know. The older promoters are gone, or they just trying to make big money. But they would call Slim. They would call him, and there was a couple other trainers they would call. to straighten their boxers out. They're not doing it these days. These guys making money. And like I said before, do you think that trainer is going to say, hey, promoter, I think you need a new trainer? No, I'm getting 200,000. I'm not going to tell them I need a new trainer. They're not going to do it. And the boxer is going to suffer. Yup. Joe Joyce is strong. All he had to do was tighten his defense up and don't get hit. And I heard he could take a good punch. All he had to do is practice his combos, combinations, back the defense all the time, practice it all the time. Have him put his defense up and have guys throwing punches at him, combinations for like a week straight. And that's all he need, a week straight. But then after that week, when he get in the sparring, real sparring, you'll see the difference. Let him just work on defense for the whole week, just blocking, slipping. He'll be ready. I'm telling you, he'll be ready.
Maurice had something to say. I pinned it, champ. Look at the banner.
What? Sing My Girl to Richard, not me, champ. Okay. That's the only song I can remember right now. Maurice, yep. And Long was Long was a convicted murderer too. Joshua and Wilder have too many yes men, hey, around them. All they care about is securing the bag. What's that? The bag, not the fighter. Listen, man, that guy is kind of accurate. It's kind of accurate, and you just see it every time they step in the ring. You just see it every time they step in the ring, man. I'm tired of like saying these, to me, is like come out negative all the time, but it's the truth. Now you see it in Joe Joyce. You see it in his fight. It could have been prevented. Anthony Joshua could have been prevented. Deontay Wilder could have been prevented. Those fights that he lost. That devastating right hand he got. All you had to do was he would still be undefeated if they would have got somebody showing real defense.
Tim, what do you think about this? Here, Darren said, glad to hear Anthony Fletcher is not in jail. Great thing. His case. So, wait a minute. I got the wrong one. I was trying to put up. I think this one here.
Yeah, but Anthony Fletcher is out. He been out. He's good. He's a good boxer.
Which one was it? Where'd it go? Oh, man, I clicked this guy. Tyrone. If Joe Joyce had James Toney's defensive skills, the sky could be the limit.
Well, Tony has that one defense that he shows everybody. He shows everybody that role, but you do have to have more than that. You do have to have more than he just roll real good, and it's a couple of things. That he needed to do. He was successful. He was strong, but I noticed on his defense, yes, he is good with the roll. But when he come back, there's other things he don't good. But he does keep his hands up. That's one thing you got to say about him. But he does the roll all the time, and he does that good. And that's what a lot of people know him from. But then there's other stuff when he come back this way, he has to practice on that. But he's good on that roll. I can show him multiple different ways of defense. Clinton Barnes. Hey, what's up, Clint? That's one of the Raiders. Clinton Barnes. You remember we had all the stuff on Raiders.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's Clinton. Yeah.
I grew up with him. I grew up with Clinton. We sparred each other for our fights. I sparred with him for his fights. He sparred with me. Thanks for coming on, Clinton. Support us, champ. He's got some.
Another legend in the house.
That's right, Clinton Barnes. I'm glad he's on. It says Winky was great. He kept his D tight, but a lot of guys do have a tight defense, and there's a lot more you can do with that defense. They did really good with that. They do, like Tony do that role real good, but there's other things that he need to incorporate in his but he does it good. He does it good, and Winky keep his guards up high too. But some of them just have a basic something, but there's other stuff you can do after that too. What boxers do you think can beat Tyson Fury? I don't know. Tyson got plenty of heart. He's got plenty of heart. He has a tactics that he uses. When he get in close, he grabs and hits you, and he hurts you sometimes inside. He's got an awkward way when he get inside. Outside, he throws his combos real good, like the 1-2, and he can punch real good. I held the pads with him in Ireland. I held the pads with him and everything. But his defense is got a flaws too because he went down several times.
Yeah.
He went down several times too. So
And you heard what he said about our man Steve Cunningham. He said that was the best, the closest he felt he came to possibly losing to somebody was against Steve Cunningham. So I texted that to Steve, and Steve was like, "Wow, man," because you know how salty he was with Tyson. It kind of changed his opinion a little bit because he gave him some accolades.
Yeah, Steve is one of the nicest guys around too, man. That Steve is really cool. And he caught him with the overhand right. He caught him, and that's when Tyson Fury was in good shape. He was much lighter.
Yep.
What's that? And then what's nine bands? The boxing community.
NA bands. Boxing community is trash. They support clowns all day, but don't support the actual legends in this boxing shit.
He got a little point there. You know, we all need to stick together. Tim Witherspoon versus Lennox Lewis. Listen, we were scheduled to fight at one time, and the management turned me down, not him. He would have fought me anytime. Same thing with Tyson. At this time, his management, everybody was kind of skeptical about me, and which Tim Witherspoon would show up in the fight because sometimes I showed up out of shape because my business part was messed up and I had to go in and fight anyway. But I was really shocked when I know Tyson will fight me anytime, anywhere. I know Lennox Lewis will fight me anytime, anywhere. But Lou Duva, they turned the fight down, or they said this wasn't the right time. And Mike Tyson's people, they turned the fight down, but Mike didn't and Lennox didn't. They would have fought me. But that was good. When I heard that, I said, "Oh, that was great. That was good. Okay, the management's scared of me."
Tim, this guy Pyrrhic Victory. I've heard this out of Mercer's mouth. It's a shame Witherspoon didn't get the decision. Mercer versus Mercer. Had he got the nod, I'm sure a fight with Lewis might have been on the cards or another big fight. But I was there. Mercer said he says, "You beat me." You two actually argued about who. You were like, "No, you beat me." He was like, "No, you clearly beat me." So
he had a good jab. Listen, Brian, he had a good jab that surprised me. My mind was on other stuff too. Because I do remember, I think all Don was concerned about was getting Mike Tyson on his team, and he didn't care about other people. I think that's around the same time when I fought him. I fought him. He had a hard jab, and I didn't underestimate him. I just didn't feel like it. But I got in there and I done the best I could. There was some business thing that was messed up during that time and caused me not to really perform the way I should have. But I do believe if I'd had all those troubles and had the right people in my corner in terms of business, man, I don't know how far I could have went. But I'm satisfied. I'm happy. We got a podcast. We talking to our people. So what we're going to do now? It'll be an hour and a half. It'll be an hour and a half.
Yep.
Okay, so I would like to thank everybody. Keep tuning into our show, please. And like and subscribe and all that stuff. And we're gonna have some really good stuff coming on here. Believe me. Y'all gonna start watching our show more than all the other guys. Okay? Ray Mercer.
All right. See you, everybody.
Okay, thank you for coming on. Thank you very much. We see you tomorrow at another day, okay? All right, see you.